Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. ということで、久しぶりです。今回はですね、このカリフラワーの料理を一つご紹介したいと思います。私カリフラワー実は日本では大嫌いだったんですよ。なんかこの歯ごたえが苦手で、カリフラワーはちょっとっていう感じだったんですけど、アレックスがこの料理を作ってくれてからカリフラワーが大好きになりました。すごいおすすめの簡単なカリフラワー料理を今回はご紹介したいと思います。
Thank you. Yes, where I come from, we eat this almost every week. This literally takes only 15 to 20 minutes. Yes, we also have construction upstairs, as you can hear. So the cauliflower, which is really called Blumenkohl, which means cabbage flower, because it belongs to the family of mustards and cabbages. And it's very, very old. People have used it since 600 AD. The first written notes were from 600 AD. And it was brought to Venice and France and Germany in the 7th century. And this dish that we're making today is 1600 years old almost. So what is involved is we're going to clean the cauliflower. We're going to take the plastic off, let it breathe a little bit. We're going to clean the cauliflower.
洗います。本当今回このノイズ、工事の音がうるさくてすいません。もうずっと工事をしてて避けることができないんですよ。なので聞きづらかったら本当にごめんなさい。
Cauliflower is very healthy for you. It can be eaten raw. It also is cooked here, and that's what we're doing today. The leaves that we're going to chop off, you don't have to throw away. You can make a soup from that as well. And the cauliflower overall contains a lot of vitamin C, manganese, and a lot of minerals. So it's not only a quick, fibrous snack and delicious, I might add, but it is also extremely nutritious, okay? So first, I said we're going to clean this a little bit. So we're going to take a really sharp knife. A ceramic knife is recommended for this. So the first step that we're going to do is we're going to start cutting and cleaning the leaves. Water, we want to make sure that the inside, which is the very, very hard part of this, gets cooked in the same amount of time. And a little trick there is you can cut a little cross about ½ an inch deep into the end and then turn it over. And this is going to be the finished sort of look before you put it into the water. And now I'm going to explain a little bit about what actually comes into the water. You can put a couple of ingredients in there to let the cauliflower be actually super white. You can add a little bit of lemon juice or a little bit of milk into the water itself, and the cauliflower stays white. If you don't want to bother with this, if you don't care about the looks of the cauliflower, because we're going to cover it up with bread and butter anyway, you can basically just take it, heat up the water with about a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of sugar as well, and then you can bring it to a boil. And only after you bring it to a boil, you put the cauliflower in, make sure that the water is exactly almost to the top, and then you put a lid on top so you can actually simmer it for a while, turn down the heat after it starts boiling, and then you will have to boil for about 15 to 20 minutes depending on how big the cauliflower actually is. This one here is fairly small. This one will cook in about 15 minutes. So now that the water is boiling and we have our cauliflower waiting for the boiling water here, we're going to prepare the clarified butter and roasted breadcrumb mixture. And for that you want to find yourself a sort of a Pyrex dish, a microwave safe dish, something that can withhold a lot of temperature, preferably with a handle on it. Then you cut butter, probably about 100 grams of butter. And here is a sharp knife to do that with. Okay, and we're going to cut this butter into 3 little pieces so they fit into this glass here. Okay, so we take this, put the butter in there, put the butter in there, and the butter in here. And now we're going to mix the breadcrumbs with the butter, and for that we need about a good 3 tablespoons, okay? 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3. Okay. What we're going to do with this is you can either do this in a skillet, or if you want to really hurry up and you need a very fast meal, you can take this and put this in a microwave for about 30 seconds. Okay, we're going to do that right now. Alright, as you can see, the butter has dissolved into the breadcrumbs and it's mixing a little bit. But what we need is we need to heat this up one more time. So we're going to take a little spoon and we're going to stir this up a little bit here. See? This is sort of how it looks like. We're going to put this into the microwave one more time for another 15 seconds. Ooh, it's still bubbling. So this is how it's supposed to look like. Nice and steamy. Okay, we're going to put this to the side for a little bit and wait till our cauliflower is done. Do you want to eat something?
No.
No?
Oh.
おはよう。
I want
GB Olaf.
cocoa and I
Cocoa melon, Olaf?
yeah.
Can we not watch TV for a little bit? The cauliflower is done here. You can put this pot right on here. Then we're going to take a little soup plate that fits about the size of the cauliflower. And we're going to lift the cauliflower out of the pot very gently with 2 forks. Okay? So I'm going to do that right now. Ooh, what an aroma. Okay, so we're gonna take this baby here, lift it gently up, let the water drain a little bit, and then slowly on top of the plate to make sure there's no water on the plate. We're gonna put this to the side. And here we go. Ooh. Yummy with 3 M's. While Yuko is getting out the nutmeg and the microplane, because that goes on the very top, we are going to distribute the butter and breadcrumb mix on top of our cauliflower. And while we're stirring the warm mix with a spoon, make sure that all the breadcrumbs are evenly distributed. You don't want them to be all on the bottom, because we need to pour this over the cauliflower evenly so the entire surface gets coated. And we're gonna do this right now. Ooh. There it is. I'm gonna show you how that looks from close up. So right here, this is a nice little distribution. And all you need to do is provide a little bit of nutmeg, and use a microplane or a grater and basically cover, just give it a good once over so it gets absorbed in the still hot mixture. Okay, and voila, here's your Blumenkohl.
やっと少し話せるようになったので、今回ちょっと娘が起きてる時間だったのでバタバタで私が何もできなかったんですけど、ね、バターも結構アレックスはこだわってて、美味しいバターをやっぱ使うとちょっと高いんですけど美味しいです。ぜひスーパーでカリフラワーを見たら1個買って作ってみてください。ちょっと切ってみますね。ほら中までねすごい柔らかいんですよ。とろけちゃうぐらい。でもそれぐらいが本当に美味しくて、でこのバターとパン粉たちも私はこうかけていただきます。美味しそうで、使ってた